Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Tarot from the Divine. Hey, I just want to talk about something really quick. And it kind of ties into this. All of these, there's a bunch of other readers out here, and I don't bash other readers at all. They do what they do, and they feel that what they are doing is right and all of that. And I don't bash that at all. I am not trying to upset anyone else, but the truth is that most people out here do not have a witch or a warlock or a group working against them. Now, some people do. I am one of those people that do. But you would think that I would be going around telling everybody, oh my gosh, you've got somebody working black magic against you. You've got somebody doing this against you. No, tarot is about the self. Okay? Tarot is about you. When you get a reading, a personal reading, it's about you and the situation going on with you and how your life and the situation and your question all sort of intermingle. So let's say your life is going badly and you want to know why. Well, okay, so you first need to stop and think. Am I projecting negativity onto other people? Am I going around saying, I'm so jealous of them. Look at what they have. Why don't I have that? I need that. Or you're envious, or you're you just can't stand a certain person, and you just project negativity at them. You just throw hate their way and shade and all of that. Well, isn't one of the first rules that we learn is what you send out comes back? Isn't that one of the first rules that we learn? And if we're sending it out, especially if it's going upward, because if it's a thought or a communication or something like that, then it's lighter than gravity, correct? So it's not going to fall to the ground, it's going to go up. And what goes up must come down. And when it comes down faster and with more force. Therefore, the times 3 or, tenfold or whatever, it comes back down and crashes down around your shoulders, and then you're like, wait, what's going on? Who's hitting me? Well, in reality, you could be hitting yourself. So just keep that in mind as you go through life, as you go through your day. Am I projecting negativity on others around me? And then it's going to come back to me faster and harder than I sent it out. And you might be surprised. And then once you start to change that behavior and that activity, then all of a sudden your life starts to get better. People might start to like you more. You might start, having a better day, having a better life, having a better time. Your money might go farther. People might not want to come up and just smack you in the face because they don't like you, if you're a negative person. So just think about that. Doesn't mean that you have to go around, wishing happy thoughts for everybody and all of that. But if you don't like somebody, keep those thoughts to yourself. You can keep it to yourself. And if you need to speak it out loud, then put it into something, speak it into something, and then either cover it, bury it, burn it, do whatever, but don't direct it at that person. Do something responsible with it. Put it in running water and let it dissipate that way. There's other ways to handle it than projecting your negative energy towards them, because it's your energy and it's attached to you and it will come back to you. And it's, that's karma. Karma is a result of your own actions, okay? That's what it is. There isn't any one out here being karma. Okay? It's how you treat others. How you treat anything, really. Animals, people, and the intentions and what you project out comes back to you. That's karma. That's what karma is. Okay? So, that's basically it. So, with that being said, and if you're still here after that little spiel, we're here with your Angels, Demons, and Soul Contracts, episode number 7. And today we are talking about Lahael, who is the light of understanding. Lahael is also a seraphim, and if you'll remember, the seraphim are the highest order of angels, and they are the choir of seraphim are 6 winged beings that fly around the throne of God. Now, it's not 6 beings that are winged. It's beings that have 6 wings. Okay, here it only shows 4, but he's got 2 more there somewhere, probably further in the back. Okay, and Lahael brings the light of understanding. So that's sort of what I gave you. I gave you a light of understanding. I'm not Lahael, but a light of understanding of how karma works, what karma is, why you may feel like you're being attacked when really you're not. The evil eye, you send it to somebody and it bounces back. Yeah. So those things happen, and you learn from them, and you move on. Okay, people born under this angel's influence love to converse and will acquire fame via their talents and actions. Lahael helps to acquire knowledge and cures illness. All right, and then for the demon side, we have Valifor, and Valifor is a duke, and a duke is he's 3rd down. He's one of the many angels who joined the rebellion after seeing how many of the higher and more powerful angels had already begun the assault against the throne of the Almighty. So they're a joiner. All right, remember I said that the other day. We've got joiners. And Valor, the 6th spirit, Valifor, the 6th spirit, is a mighty duke who appears in the shape of a lion with a bellowing ass's head. He is a good familiar, although he will tempt those whom he serves to steal. He governs 10 legions of spirits, and his seal is this, which is to be worn whether you have him as a familiar or not. Okay, so if you work with him, you're supposed to wear his seal. Okay. And who else had... Marbus has appears as a great lion at first. And who else had... Okay, Samgina came in the form of a little horse or an ass. Alright, so Valifor is a mighty duke who appears in the shape of a lion with a bellowing ass's head. Okay, that kind of might be what he looks like. And he brings ambition, and it says he might tempt you, or he will tempt you to steal. Ambition. Take it. Okay, so now we're going to go with how these fit in with the option, with the soul contracts. Lahael with the light of understanding. Do whatever you want, regardless of right, wrong, morals, or ethics. Okay, if you have the understanding of this, then you can work this plan very, very well. You know, you can work it to play now and pay later. You can play the others if you have the understanding of how the game works. Okay, like I said, life is school. Life is a school. Okay, but it's also a game. Think children's games. Think London Bridge is falling down. Think here we go around the mulberry bush. Think dodgeball. Think tag, tetherball, hopscotch. All those children's games that you played on the schoolyard because we're in school, the games are schoolyard games. And then some people, like people in my family, they like to bring movies and Hollywood into it. And when they're doing certain activities, they are a certain character. And so they act as though how that character would be. So how would that character act? And you act in the way of that character. And then when you're done with the act, especially if it's a bad act, you can take that character off, put on another character. And that's how you get around not feeling remorse, not feeling all of that. Except when you put that character back on. Then you have to deal with the repercussions. And that's how people try to get around their karma. Well, if I just don't use that character anymore, then the karma that character receives will only affect that character and it won't affect me. But the thing is it's a character, and the character is still attached to you. Therefore, the karma is still attached to you. Therefore, the karma will still affect you. Okay? You still have total freedom of choice. You can acquire whatever you want by any means you see fit. Cheating, lying, stealing, dishonesty, etc. are all encouraged. And so that's, you have to have that understanding. And that's what Lelahel will bring you. Now, Valifor will bring you the ambition. He will encourage you to steal, and he will encourage you to do whatever you want. He'll be loyal to you and, help you out. But, in the end, remember, in the end, all of your actions, no matter what character you are, because a character is an action. Okay, you just chose to fragment it off, but it's still attached. All of that is weighed. All of that is judged. And all you're doing is complicating the issue. That's all you're doing, is making it more complicated. Doesn't mean it can't be sorted out. Doesn't mean that they don't know what's going on. It just means that you just complicated the heck out of it for yourself. Okay? And part of your punishment could be that you have to serve your karma as this character. You have to live this character. Maybe you have to come back in another lifetime and live as this character that you portrayed. And since you only want that character to receive the karma that it did, then that could be your karmic life. Think about that for a second. Alright, so then we have option B, pay as you go. Now, Lelahel, the light of understanding, you understand that you pay as you go, you understand the rules and all of that. And if you continue to play and you don't have any karma left, then you're going to build up karmic debt. You understand that. Best way to do it is to build up as much good karma as you can and only use your karma credits when you have to. Okay, when it's necessary. Because there are times that come up that you have to do it. Doesn't mean you have to go steal a car or something. But you know what I mean. It means that maybe you have to stand up for yourself, and you stand up for yourself in such a way that it could bring you back some karma because you went a little too far. Okay, so you could have some karma, but it won't be as bad if you have karma credits to offset it. You'll only pay, you'll only do, be judged for the mortal and earthly act. The karma credits are there. You won't receive, you know, you won't receive karma for that. So that's, that's something to keep in mind. And then the option C, the light of understanding. Once you come to the understanding that you have chosen option C for your life, because you don't know it right away, it takes a while to understand it. And once you understand that, then it changes how you handle these things. Yeah, you receive karma that you don't deserve. Okay, fine. I'm going to return everything that you sent back to you. That's where you can do return to sender, because you are definitely allowed to do self-defense. And most common sense self-defense is a return to sender, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you're projecting and they are actively returning to sender, well, then you're just flinging poo at each other, basically. But the thing is you're receiving your own poo. They're not throwing poo at you. They're throwing your poo back at you. Okay? So, yeah, you might be covered in your own poo. Your good deeds, efforts, and thoughts give you good karma, but you receive very little because it's banked. And that's probably a good thing, because by the time that it comes that these people are all caught, then, you're going to want to go on a rampage. And that's what your good karma is banked for. So you can either go on a rampage, or you can take it as the reward and live the life that you should have lived and do the things that you should have been able to do. That's your choice. You can go on a rampage and use up that karma, and then by the end you may be in karmic debt, or you can use it and turn it around and use it for good. Your choice. Totally your choice. And of course, Valifor and all of these is going to be, ambition, and he's going to encourage you to steal and do all that. Like with option C, it's real tempting to steal. There's no way I'm going to get it, so I may as well just take it. I'm getting bad karma anyway, so what's the difference? Well, the difference is that if you don't steal it, then you won't get the bad karma. You'll still receive their karma, but if you know how to do return to sender and you cover them back up with their own poo, then, who's the winner and who's the loser, really, in that little game. And so, you've got your life lesson plans, options A, B, and C. And whichever life lesson plan you're in, you kind of need to abide by the guidelines. And, things are going to work that you're not sure which plan you're in, because, you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's just the way the world works. It all intertwines, and it all, it gets very confusing. But if you are being attacked, if you do have people coming into your dreams and attacking you, or trying to make you eat, or trying to make you drink, or, taking you off places and, maybe throwing you off cliffs or something like that, then contact me, and I'll teach you how to do a return to sender that does not involve, casting a circle and taking the time. And because, when you're asleep, you don't have time. When you're in a dream, you don't have time. Okay, you've got to learn this psychic self-defense so that when they show up, you know what to do. So, contact me. I give free consultations. Okay? I also accept donations, but they're not required. I give free consultations. Just hit the email that's in my bio and I'll help you out. It's all confidential. I don't discuss names. Once in a while, if I come across a really interesting situation, I might discuss a situation, but I certainly won't name names. And I won't say if it's a male or a female. And I won't, but that would just be being used as an example. I use my own as an example for the most part. So anyway, thank you all for being here. That's your message for today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please share with your friends and family. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload. Like, share, comment. I love to hear from you. And hey, until next time, have a great day.